Hey guys, this is Autumn. Welcome back to my channel. So I kind of had a rough day today at work, and I didn't really want to draw anything. And I told myself if I'm going to become a better artist, then I have to sit down and draw, even if I don't want to. So my first thought was, well, what can I draw if I don't want to? Because nothing sounds good. It's like when you're not hungry, but you know you have to eat, and nothing sounds good. So that's kind of where I was. I started looking up different things that I could draw, or that I thought I should draw, or that I thought everyone would click on, or whatever. And nothing sounded good. So I told myself, you know what? You can do whatever you want. Just put something on the page. And then if you feel like drawing afterwards, then we'll do something else. Just trying to warm up or create inspiration, that kind of thing. So I started off feeling embarrassed, like, oh my God, here I am, supposed to be an artist and trying to make this YouTube channel, and I can't think of anything. I don't feel like I'm good enough. So my first thought was to cover my face with my hands, and so that's what I did. I started drawing things with, I guess, people with hands over their faces, and I kept trying to get outside of it, but I couldn't, so I just kept drawing more, different angles, different hand gestures, all with just a simple, bun, just to keep things more focused on the face. And wasn't trying to make it perfect, just trying to throw something down on the paper. And so, yeah, that's what I did. After the hands on the face, I was trying to think, well, what else could I do to hide the face, if that's what I want to do, but maybe do something a little bit different. So on this one, I thought about all the times that I've hidden my face in my shirt as a kid, as an adult, when you just can't find anywhere to escape to. You only have your big baggy shirt to stuff your face into. I don't know, I just kept thinking about being upset and not wanting to be seen, or feeling embarrassed and not wanting to show it. So yeah, this person's hiding their face in their shirt. So the next sketch that I do ends up being more the final illustration sketch. When you're just like angry, but you're crying, and you just throw your whole arms over your face. It's like a protective stance. You just like, get away from me, leave me alone, let me breathe. So I drew the first arm up, and at first I was just going to put the one hand and then like draw some of the face, but I didn't really plan it out very well. They kind of ended up looking like they were happy about it, like they were counting for hide and seek. So I very quickly ended up scrapping that and just erasing it, because it just wasn't turning out. So I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to hide the whole face, let's put the other arm down. So I had to mess with which way the elbow was and all that stuff. And just kind of kept the gestures simple on the hands and things like that. Because again, I was just throwing some things down. I didn't know if I was coming up with a final image or not. I was just feeling things out. Like I said, I didn't even feel like drawing at the beginning of this. So, surprised I actually got this far. And this one actually turned out nice. It was a good sketch. I actually kind of like the positioning of it a little bit better than the final. I think it has something to do with where I put the face, like the chin. I don't know, but I liked it a little bit better. And as you can see, I'm spending a little more time on it as well. After that, I just draw a few hands, just trying to see if I can draw hands, if that's where I'm going with this. I didn't know what else to do. Okay, so it's at this point that I pick up the brush marker and decide to practice some calligraphy. I wanted to add some color to the page, so it wasn't just plain graphite all over the place. I also couldn't think of what else to draw at this point because I just kept thinking about the feelings that I had about the poses and the drawings that I had put down. And I had a lot of words running through my head. And I wanted to put those on the paper. And it turns out that I got all the words that I was thinking out of my head. And it really helped bring the piece all together. I also kind of liked the idea of having the cursive handwriting and the swirly letters, bringing all of this sad stuff to you. Not sure how else to say that. They were sad words with pretty handwriting. Yeah. So anyway, they fill up the page nicely. There's all that white space that was kind of bothering me. And I don't like to draw things too close together because I end up overlapping things too much. So it turned out pretty nicely, I think, at the end. Yeah, so after that, I decided that I liked the sketch on the far right side with the arms up, and that I wanted to do that on the left side as just a larger final piece because it felt really empty, and at this point I didn't know what else to draw, but I liked that one, so you know what, let's just draw it again. Decided to go with a colored pencil sketch before I put down the final ink. So you're going to kind of see the other side of that page a little bit, and it's going to be very faint, but then you'll see the illustration as it kind of develops. So yeah, I'll let you finish that part and then I'll come back. So now that the sketch is done, I pick up my ink pen and I start inking. At first, I'm making it all pretty and perfect and fun, and I said, you know what, screw that. Just finish up and throw something down, because you're not drawing with perfection today. You're drawing with your emotions, and you have been this whole time. So go ahead and continue that pattern. So it's a little tight at first, but then I loosen up and I start picking up and doing better. And at some point, I get the idea to add something extra and really make it a lot more dynamic than I usually do. So this drawing actually becomes really cool for me, because I don't do this kind of stuff. It's very poster-like. It's very illustrative, and I don't do a lot of finished pieces. So I'm actually really proud of this, even though the anatomy isn't 100%, even though, it's not perfect. It definitely has what I needed it to have to express my feelings, and I'm really proud of it. So adding those words to the arm really posterized this for me. It also kind of went with the other page because of the words of the feelings all over that one. And you're hiding, but you're trying to tell somebody something. And that's what this big body language pose says to me. And I really thought about coloring in the entire background with just black, or doing some sort of shape in, like a square or rectangle behind it. But when I started to go for the edges and start outlining, I started thinking about, if someone is yelling at you, there's just these waves of tension that you're trying to shield yourself from. So these lines are adding a texture to the background, but they're also creating tension more to emphasize the message of the piece, to stop yelling at me, leave me alone, let me be. And I really love how this turned out. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to see more of my good and bad days of art, please subscribe and check me out and see what else I can post. And follow me on Instagram at Autumn E Leaves. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.